If you're ready to turn that one-handed backhand from a liability into a weapon, you're in the right place. All of us aspire to the Gasquet, Federer, Dominic Thiem backhand that produces a lot of topspin and a lot of power. Now, the key is that their racket gets out of D alignment. So as you can see here, for a lot of players, when they take their racket back, either they take their racket back with the head up or head down. We know that we prefer to keep the racket head up, but the problem is that the racket only stays on their non-dominant side, all right? And that is where we get that D alignment movement. It just doesn't produce a lot of power. What we're looking for is to get the racket back out of D alignment, and so that it plays catch up and lags just like the forehand does, all right? That's where the power and the spin is going to live. So I'm going to give you 3 tips today that's going to help you do that. Take your time with these, work through the progressions. Step 1 is the footwork. So believe it or not, the first move can determine the success of the backhand. So what we're talking about is from the ready position, as I make this initial move, I want to make sure that I step out left. And as you can see here, I'm stepping so that my toe is parallel to the baseline. What happens in this particular move is as I step left, you'll see that I actually incorporate the grip change and I also get the racket tip up. Now, as I'm moving out to the ball, it's not always going to be perfect that I'm going to have just 2 steps. I want to make sure that I step across. Okay, now not every ball is going to allow you to do this. You might have a quick pickup or you're going to have to step forward into the ball. But when given the opportunity, especially on balls that are out wide, if you can step across, what you'll see here is how it accentuates this racket back behind me, not just to the side, right? So if I step forward, it's sometimes easy just to go here, but if I step more towards a 45 diagonal and I actually close my shoulder so my opponent can see more of my back, from here this gets the racket further behind me and out of D alignment. So tip number 2. Tip number 2 is about your non-dominant hand. And the non-dominant hand on the stroke, too often what we see is that the racket, even in this space, if it starts to drop, the hand stays here or it starts to go back too early. And what happens if the hand does that, you start trying to clear the table and you never get that racket drop that's using all the momentum that you created with starting with the racket tip up. So what we want to do with our non-dominant hand is you're ready to hit the one-hander, is as you step in and you start your initial swing, come down with both the racket and the non-dominant hand. And so from here, what you'll find is that that racket is going to go low, and check out the dominant arm. It straightens. I don't want my arm bent. So if I'm doing this and my elbow's bent, no power, no spin. All right, so allow the left hand to drop with the racket. This will have the elbow straighten out, and then I'm going to swing out to the target. All right, tip number 3. When you're hitting your one-handed backhand, you want to make sure that the racket stays on this left side for the majority of the stroke. So I'm here, and then as I reach full extension, you can see that the arm is straight there. From here, now it'll start to plane. All right, so one of the ways that you can make sure that you're doing this correctly is that when you swing forward, hold here and make sure that you can see underneath the strings here. If I can see underneath the strings, I'm making sure that I'm swinging up, I'm swinging out and up and then across. Okay, that's going to help with that topspin potential an absolute ton, because what a lot of players are doing is they have the tendency to swing across their body. You can see there where my chest is suddenly opening. They swing across their body and the racket's never moving up quite enough and then out to get that big finish. All right, guys, so those 3 tips. Take that backhand, take it from a liability and turn it into a weapon with these 3 things. First, make sure your first step is with the left foot parallel to the baseline, and that you're stepping across whenever you can. Tip number 2 was to make sure that you're dropping the left hand as a righty right hand as a lefty, that you're dropping the racket with the racket drop to straighten out this arm and make sure the racket drops underneath, and then make sure that you swing on the non-dominant side so that you can see underneath the strings before coming across. You do those 3 things, you're gonna have an awesome one-handed backhand in no time. If this video helped, hit the like button, share it with somebody, maybe even subscribe if you never want to miss a Play Your Court video, and be sure to check out the comment section. We left a link where you can check out the Play Your Court community absolutely for free. There you can find people to practice with. You can even join our bracket challenge. If you're looking for a lesson, you can find that there too. I'll see you guys next time.